You're not graduating. You're starting. You're a toddler. This is primary school. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of that message, but this is the beginning of your journey. But this is it. This is the human ego that makes us think that it's not good to be a newbie, that it's not good to start, that it's not good if we're... It's amazing. Our soul loves that. Our soul is infinite. Our soul holds all the answers. The reason we come to this human body is to feel like that toddler. It's that curiosity. It's that exploration. It's that as a soul, you remember it all, you know it all the past lifetimes, all the quantum field, the vast infinite universe, your pure awareness, right? But in this physical body, we have so many limitations, and it's that exploration. It's coming to my mind, an episode of Stargate, so maybe you guys are a fan as well, not maybe like a crazy fan like I am to know all the episodes by heart, but maybe you like sci-fi. Canada is coming to my mind because the show is Canadian. So is Michael Shanks. Anywho, I got distracted. Anywho, there's this episode where they meet this alien race, and they come to visit, and they're gonna teach them something about in the foreign and alien technology, and Samantha is sort of trying to figure it out, and they wanting to give her answers. She's like, no, I'll figure it out. I want to figure it out myself. And they're like, why? Because finding answers is the most exciting thing. Finding answer on your own is the most exciting thing. Finding the path, the directions, it's this scavenger hunt, right? It's this truly, we don't want as a soul to life give it to us in a silver platter. We want that spiral path. We want that up and down. We want that, be curious. Be happy that you're in the beginning of this journey. One day it will become normality. Now, when we start this journey, every sign, every synchronicity, every dream, it's like, what is that? This is so exciting. And then it just becomes normality. You literally walk beyond the veil, back and forth. You walk among spirits. You walk among having all the answers that you need, right? And if you don't have them, you already accept that you don't need them, right? You're constantly in a void. It's normality. It's no longer this childlike, you know what I mean? It's not that it's not fun, but you would know what I mean. It would make sense. Have that curiosity. Have that curiosity. We have the world, so maybe next year you're going to be closing your 2-year cycle somewhere. I'm hearing end of next year, so it makes sense because the last year was important. Maybe it's also important for you to figure out your cycles. I have some videos on YouTube about that topic. I think it's in spirituality and healing playlist about cycles and closing your cycles and figuring it out, and how it is important to know when you're on your cycle. I feel like your 2-year cycle for most of you in this collective would be somewhere that captures last year and this year. We don't always close the cycle poof December, obviously, but I feel like these 2 years would be sort of right. So make sure you, by the end of that next year, that you close that cycle well. I was hearing as well some travel, so maybe there's maybe you're gonna have some travel on the cards as well next year. Let's continue what we need to focus on next year. Release expectations. Didn't we say it already? All right. We have, you guys, always grateful. That was your first card of guidance, gratitude for next year. That's basically Spirit saying you are grateful. No, don't make me say it. Last year, I feel like you would have had a lot of moments of lack of gratitude. This is what gets us frustrated, because when we lack control over life and we feel as we're pushing and trying with no external result, it's because you want a result and you're not grateful with what you have. You don't think it's enough. You don't think it's enough. 66. Universe gives you what you give to them. I always give you this example of little children, right? If you constantly give them something, give them gifts, spend all your money on them, and they always like, no, but I wanted the other thing. I wanted something better. No, but I wanted the other. It's like, oh, I'm going to give you squat. Deal with it. Gratitude is how we speak to the universe. How we should pray. Prayers should be words of gratitude. Prayer should not be lists of expectations and lists of things that we feel entitled to. True prayer is you're talking to God. Imagine it. Visualize it. Whether you want to visualize a representation of the universe, of the Most High, Source, Yahweh, Joshua, whoever you want to see, whatever. Imagine you really literally stand in front of them. And do you want to be like, I want this, I want that, why did I... What? No. Be grateful for what you have. Release expectations. That's your second card. You have expectations. There are certain things in the physical world, this collective, that you have, that you want, and that you have. You have expectations, right? Things that you feel that there should happen, that you're not going to be happy without these things. It's not what the journey of life is about. Whenever we create expectations from people or situations, we create energetic attachment. You are very much attached to the physical world. Change routine into ritual, and we also have breath work. Breath work, I was hearing breath work in the beginning, remember? And I was also mentioning to you guys that I was hearing that you should have a morning ritual of gratitude, of presence, right? So these things will be important for you to really celebrate life, to cherish little things. I don't know why I'm hearing, I know that it's a very individual. I know that there are many spiritual people, spiritual teachers, great spiritual teachers who don't celebrate any kind of holidays or Christmases because they think that this is something that belongs to the physical world. And I accept that and I respect that, right? But I personally am a believer in celebration, and I don't know why I saw that, that there are lists of like that literally every day is a holiday of something somewhere, right? Maybe you should find that list and maybe you should celebrate life. Holidays, if you choose to look at holidays as this is everything has the two sides of a coin, right? So many people, even great spiritual people, they, for example, think of Christmas and they're like, oh my God, this is conditioning, religious, our chains of conditioning of the matrix, and Jesus and Joshua wasn't even born in the winter, right? And it has nothing to do with consumism, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's all true. But let's just freaking celebrate life. Let's celebrate life. Let's have that Christmas tree and lights everywhere. And let's be happy that we've lived another year. Let's use this. Let's use this an opportunity to, if you think about this, few people who celebrate this, they're truly religious, but everyone taps into, this is the magic of holidays. And I love that because this is Joshua's energy. This is tapping into compassion. People during holidays, I'm getting emotional, find more compassion within themselves, find more understanding, tap into the energy of loneliness, the meaning of life. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you little humans need holidays to do that, so be it. Maybe that's why we were given those holidays. And every holiday, every day is a reason to celebrate, right? Is a reason to be grateful. to be grateful that we're alive, to be grateful that we have someone to celebrate this with. And maybe to some people, it's this awakening moment that I don't have someone. I want to have that someone. I want to be that someone for myself. So I want to heal. I want to be aligned with, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this car that is like passing by. Sorry, horse transport. Maybe that's important. Maybe you love horses. Maybe you always wanted to have a horse. Whatever. Maybe it's your spirit animal. Anywho, celebrate life. Celebrate life. Right? Change your routine into ritual. Change every day into celebration of presence, of gratitude, of being alive, of walking this path, of being able to feel to smell your morning beverage, whether that's tea or coffee. It's the sensuality that we mentioned, remember, which is tapping into your senses, to smell it, to taste it, to feel the warmth, to be present. Life is to be celebrated. Prayers are to express gratitude. Christmas is to be humble and compassionate. It's not about list of demands and list of gifts. Don't be that person. You hold such a great power within. The longer you're in this energy, the farther away, they're not going to allow you to tap into that power. We have to be ready to hold that power, okay? All right, and we have these as well. I want to tap into these too. We have 29, 68. All right. I'm hearing Chula Laza with this one, Tarantula Choice. It's gonna be a year of crossroads. It's gonna be a year of choices for you. Go to my Instagram if you haven't, my lovelight _86 Instagram, and I've posted a post. I've posted a post, awesome, about full moon in Gemini, which was the last full moon of this year, super moon, and it talks a lot about the energy of choices, and use that. I've also done some shadow work on my story, so they're going to be in the highlights still. Do that, definitely. It's going to be a year of choice. And what do I always say to you guys? We only have two choices in life: the right choice and the easy choice. We choose fear or we choose love. There's nothing else. This is why if you look at my deck of emotions, there's hundreds of emotions in here. There's so many others that exist, but when it comes down to it, each one of them, they're either rooted in fear or they're rooted in love. The light and the shadow. What do you choose? We have the Fox. This is my favorite card in the deck. The humble teacher. This is the perfect mate, the perfect partner. This is the balance. When you hold so much power, they have to put you through this journey. So you're compassionate and you're humble. Fox is that partner that has, he's a leader, he has charisma, he has wisdom, he has childlike joy, but in the same time he's loyal, he's devoted, he knows the meaning of life. And then we have dragonfly, and we have black egg. Black egg is throat chakra. There's a reason I was mentioning to you throat chakra in previous parts. I was even channeling color blue. I confirmed that. That's important. Blue is your throat chakra. You're going to have to work on your throat chakra. Speaking your own truth. Clearing that throat chakra. And we have the dragonfly as well. Dragonfly is master of the mind. What keeps you in this energy that you're at right now? Frustration, ungrateful, expectations. It's your mind. The mind belongs to the ego. The mind belongs to the fear. Most people in this world are ruled by their mind because they think that logic is all that is, right? Oh my God, you guys, sometimes I stop to wonder. Contrary to popular human belief, Earth is not the center of the universe, and the logic and science as we know it doesn't hold all the answers. Truly, I mean no disrespect towards no one. The greatest scientists on Earth were channels just like Einstein, for example, and Tesla. Okay, and Marie Curie. And these days, scientists that only rely on logic, how stupid you have to be to think that this small human brain holds all the answers, and if it doesn't, it's because it's not true. Have you seen those pictures? It's like, this is where Earth is, and this is the fucking universe, and we have multiverse. Even science already knows that, not even mentioning timelines, realms, and dimensions. You think your brain is gonna figure it out? What? What are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about? That is the most illogical thing ever. Your brain keeps you trapped. This, your mind, it's supposed to be a tool that belongs to the ego, to your physical body, that allows you to operate in this world. Because soul is awareness. It doesn't have the senses, right? It doesn't have the capacity. Like, I always say this to you guys, when we receive downloads, they come in energy, so sometimes it's difficult to like translate them into words. This is why you need your brain. And so many people have beautiful minds, and they can beautifully translate that energy, those channels, be it some scientists, right? Be it some channels, some visionaries. But this is only a tool. If you allow this to rule you, rule your life, this makes no sense. This makes no logic. I put in so much work. Why I think so? No. Surrender this to this. Surrender this to the universe. This is just a tool. It will lead you nowhere. It has zero answers. It only has the capacity to process energy, intuition, messages from the heart. Start using it as a tool. How can you ever be that sacred woman, that shaman woman, that medicine woman, if you don't believe in the unseen? You're going to literally walk in the unseen. How can you doubt that? All right, I want to do January specifically, because you know everything you need to know for your year ahead. Energy is going to be changing, it's going to be shifting, it's going to be depending on your choices. But let's get a little bit more specific for January. What's coming in January for this collective? What's coming? One more. All right, hold on. This and this and this. Okay. I feel you're opening to a season of expansion. I feel you're opening to, I don't want to say a new cycle, because I stand my ground to what I said. I feel for you, you're in between the big cycle, right? In between. But there is a sense of shifts, right? There are cycles within cycles. I'm hearing your destiny is calling you, okay? It's an important moment. I'm seeing that tarantula, I'm hearing that choice, right? How do you want to proceed? I feel like for this collective, this in between, this December, January, this is going to be a period of choose. Choose the hell. Choose. You want to be petty and you want to be ungrateful and you want to have expectations, choose the easy, remember what I said, the easy choice or the right choice. Choose to let go, choose to surrender to your destiny, choose to believe in the fact that you have to, inception point, that you have to, that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, is it called Inception? You should watch that. I don't know, but I don't have to have all the answers. That's what I heard, so that's what I'm saying. January will be sort of a in-between preparation period. Certain things will, they will be showing you certain things and certain signs when it comes to your understanding. I'm hearing of destiny, of fortune, of karma. Remember what I said, that harsh message about, who you think you are, but it's exactly that. There's a karma that you still need to clear out. There's lessons that you need to learn. There is also a reason that when I was channeling that message about shadows in the first part, we also mentioned that certain shadows, it's not just when we heal our shadows, it's not just that we heal that we are wounded, that we were betrayed, that we were lied to, did everything happen to us, but we also heal what we did to others. Our regrets, our shortcomings. And I always say this to you guys, closure energetically doesn't mean closure that you have to talk to someone, that you have to get someone's forgiveness, and right, this is not a program. We don't have to do that, but we can get energetic closure through forgiving ourselves, through understanding why certain things happen. There's still past that you need to close. I'm hearing there are still things in your physical karma. You guys know how I always talk about physical karma and spiritual karma in a moment of transition in life. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to my website, and in offering sections I do offer a reading, physical karma to spiritual karma, and in a description of that reading there's a link to a video that explain what it really is and what it means, so you can learn about it, right? Because I feel like there are still certain things in your physical karma that you haven't fully closed. There's going to be January is going to really set the tone, so be all of those things that I've mentioned, gratitude, presence, right? Be really on point of these things in January. It's going to be setting a tone for your whole year. There is a little bit of stubbornness to this collective. It may come through, that frustration, that stubbornness. I'm hearing a little bit of pessimism as well. January is, a difficult month. There's a reason. It's coming to my mind. Blue Monday, it's in January, right? That day that they call Blue Monday, that it always has the highest rate of people taking that. I don't think we are allowed to talk about this on social media, but you know what it means, and if you don't, you can Google it. So January is rough. It's rough because people are in this mindset of summary of new beginnings, so you may find yourself a little negotiating with the universe as well. I'm hearing a little bit pessimistic, a little bit down. Go to that hummingbird energy to learn to nourish. I feel you're going to be entering a period of really deep emotional cleanse, and I feel it's going to be more than just January. And I'm hearing 3 months. We have a card of 3 months as well. It may be a very emotional period. It may be things coming to your subconscious mind. I feel like January is going to be very intense emotionally. Maybe you'll get some downloads. Maybe you're going to be very emotional. Maybe you're going to be getting that guidance for new sense of direction, for that pivotal change in your life. But it's going to continue for two more months. Brace yourself, I'm hearing as well. Yeah. I feel it's going to be difficult. I feel it's going to be challenging. You may experience many changes in your moods. I'm literally hearing from 1 hour to another, like crying, laughing. The whole month of January is going to feel like you're in a very intense period. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, you guys, it's not looking, but hold on. Well, okay. I feel you're gonna have to power through. So brace for impact. Prepare. It's gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be easy. January is gonna be tough. You're gonna be lacking. You're gonna feeling lost. You're gonna be feeling lost. You're gonna be lacking sense of direction. Maybe you're gonna hit that moment of thinking it doesn't make sense. This journey doesn't make sense. Maybe even my life doesn't make sense. You're gonna be very pessimistic. Like I said, emotionally unstable. There's going to be a lot of emotions that you're not going to be able to understand. If you do have my Oracle deck, then or you've ordered it because I've recently just launched it. Amazing tool. If you have a different deck that talks about emotions and explains emotions, if you work with a shadow worker, get yourself some tools, right? Get yourself some support. Because it may be a little bit challenging. I'm hearing sleepless nights. I'm hearing nightmares as well. Maybe some shadows will come to the surface to show you certain things, but it's all part of the path, right? I'm hearing dark night of the soul. But for them to, show you what you need to walk away from, they need to show you what it is, to feel into it. I always say this to you guys, to truly, let go of an emotion, master shadow, integrate a shadow. We have to feel it. We have to embody it in the moment. We have to feel it in our body, feel it in our existence, go through it, go back sometimes. I don't know why I'm hearing go back in time. Maybe, remember we mentioned that you have experience with shamanic journey. Maybe you do have a shaman, someone who does that sort of a moving in between frames kind of a work, whether that's this lifetime or past lifetime. Maybe there's a place that you need to go back to, I'm hearing. You may have a memory that you've hurt someone, that you did something that you regret. And it would hit right now. It will make sense. You would immediately, if this is your collective, you would immediately know what I'm talking about. So maybe you need to go back there, whether that's for shamanic journey or in your mind's eye on your own. It really depends how traumatic it is. If it's very traumatic and if it's very painful, I would recommend to using services of a shaman, of a medicine woman, someone who walks between the worlds and guides people through that, so they could take you there to get your closure, to communicate with your past self that did that, to get that closure. Because you're gonna get stuck. But I feel like your higher self will be guiding you. I feel like you will be feeling into slowly already into that power, into that path, into your sacred woman, into that sacred wisdom. She will be with you, that future you, that higher self you. There is as well this energy of taking it slow, taking it day by day. So specifically, I feel this energy for the whole year, but specifically for January, take it one day at a time. Wake up in the morning, have your little ritual, do some breath work, take a deep breath, release it, let it out. Don't give in to the frustration. Practice gratitude, practice presence, connect to nature, connect to your body. changes maybe in your routine. Like think about your life that you want, all the dreams that you're asking for, and then look at your lifestyle. Does even your lifestyle fit into it? Because I feel it doesn't. So maybe make sure that you make yourself a healthy breakfast every day, or that you eat something healthy, or that you have a little exercise, that you listen to some good music, journal. Introduce little changes, permanent changes into your life that will slowly lay that foundation, build that foundation for what you really want. All right, my angels, I hope this was helpful. I love you so incredibly much.